Hi, have you ever wondered how people got their cheese crisp to be round and well crisp? Well, I'm going to show you and we're going to start right now. Welcome to my channel, and today we are going to be working on cheese crisp. Cheddar cheese crisp is just cheese. You can add some seasoning if you want sometimes. I like to use just regular block cheese and grate it myself as opposed to using already shredded cheese. You can. I just find that the texture of block cheese is better. And to me, it seems a little bit more richer. But sometimes you can also add, for a little kick, cayenne pepper. You can put garlic powder or onion powder, Italian seasoning, oregano. You can put any seasoning you want just to change the flavor or add a little flavor. Maybe give it a little pizza type taste, Italian taste, or taco taste, or Mexican taste, or any taste like that you might want, or just a hot kick, which is what I like. And that's why I tend to use the cayenne pepper. So with the block of cheese, you just want to actually 4 to 5 cheese crisps. That's a serving. That's considered a serving. So you don't need much. I take just a chunk of the cheese and get in there and slice it. And then you just want to grate it like that, as you can see. Nothing fancy. You know, you actually can do this in a food processor if you like, but for me, that's just a lot of extra cleaning when I can have this one thing, and I'm not doing that much. So I just go ahead and grate it, just like that. So now we've got our cheese all grated. And while you're grating your cheese, or before you start grating your cheese, you want to set your oven to 400 degrees. And when you get ready to bake this, you're going to bake it for between 5 to 7 minutes. Now mine typically bake really nice and crisp at 6 minutes. But because everyone's oven is a little bit different, you might want to start it at 5 minutes, then see how they look. I'll show you how they should look in the oven once we get there in a few minutes. Or you might have to go all the way to 7 minutes. Mine tend to burn if I go to 7 minutes, so I'm really good at 6 minutes. The biggest thing about making these cheese crisps is to let them cool. That is the secret to them coming out crispy. As much as you may want to mess with them, pick them up, eat them, look at them, or whatever. Now you have to put them, this is just a simple pizza pan that I've got foil on, then I've got some parchment paper. You have to use parchment paper. You cannot put these directly on foil. They will stick and not come out crispy. They will come out greasy. You cannot put them on wax paper. They will come out super greasy. And you cannot just put them on the baking sheet alone. This is one of the few things that I know of that parchment paper is an absolute must. I have tried foil. I've tried wax paper. I've tried just putting them on a cookie sheet by themselves, and nothing seems to work but parchment paper. So word to the wise, use your parchment paper. Now, the circles. You can use a cookie cutter, and as a matter of fact, if you have kids, you can use a star shape or a heart shape. To be honest, I tend to shape them by hand. I don't use a cookie cutter or anything. For me, personally, this is just something else to wash, and I don't like to clean. That's my sister. She cleans, I cook. Sad thing is we don't live together, so it doesn't help me any. Still have to do my own cleaning. But if I can avoid using an extra tool or something, I will. But for the purpose of showing you, I'm going to do both. So you want to put your cookie cutter down, and you just simply take some cheese, put it in there, and spread it around inside the circle, so that when you lift it up, it's pretty much a firm circle. And however it's shaped, that's the shape it's going to melt into and form. It will spread, but it will spread in that particular shape. So gently lift up, and voila, you have a perfect circle. So that's really good. It works really well. Again, I tend to free form mine. So we'll do this one just by hand. And so mine absolutely don't come out perfect circles, but I think they come out pretty good for me to be doing them free form. But I've done them with stars and hearts, and as I said, yes, they will spread out, but they will stay in the same shape. So it's important to get all your cheese in there in the shape that it is. And as I said, so we'll do two using and I took that up pretty fast. You have to be really gentle when you're using a cookie cutter to lift it up so that your cheese won't just fall over to the side or something like that. And while you're doing that, your oven should be preheated to 400 degrees. And I'll freeform this one again. And that's about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 crisp. For keto, is considered a serving size. So you don't want to overdo it. Even on keto or anything else, you can't overdo your calories, or you can overdo anything. It doesn't matter. So you don't want to just go off the deep end and just eat them up. And to me and for me, they are a healthy version of Cheez-Its. And this is what it should look like once you're all done and you're ready to put them in the oven. Now we're going to get them in the oven, and then we'll see what they look like while they're cooking. And as you can see here, they are just about done, and this is what they should look like. Starting to brown on the edges just a little bit, but not too much. And these are still in the oven, and we're going to take them out now. And this is where patience comes in at, because you don't want to touch them, you don't want to disturb them. They need to sit for, maybe at least 25-30 minutes. It does not hurt for them to sit a little longer. I've just got them sitting on my stove, and as you can see, they look nice and crisp, and they're pretty round. You can always use a cookie cutter or something for a shape. If you want a different shape, you can do stars, you can do hearts. Whatever shape that you put them in, that's the shape that they're going to come out on. So we're just going to sit and let these cool, and then we'll come back and we'll test it. So we've seen what they look like when they came right out of the oven. Now these are all cool and they're ready to be eaten, so to speak. You need to let them cool about 25 to 30 minutes. I know I've said that before, but I can't stress that enough, because if you pick them up, as you can see, there's the parchment paper is really greasy now. I don't know if you can see that real good, but it is. And so therefore, if you pick them up early, they'll be just soft and soggy. Now you can pop them back in the oven. Say you store them in an airtight container, just a Tupperware dish or something like that. And the next day, depending on if you really snap that top down, they might be just a tad bit not as crispy. You can stick them back in the oven, but only for maybe 30 seconds or something on high. You need that oven blasting, because you just want a snap of a crisp on there. So you want to take your spatula and just gently lift up, because you can't pull it too hard, or guess what? It'll snap because it's crispy. Woo-hoo. And there you have it. You have your cheese crisp. I hope you guys will subscribe, leave me some comments, tell me how yours came out, tell me what you like about them, fill me in, give me a thumbs up if you got something out of this video. And we're going to do the final test here and see if you guys can hear that snap. Did you hear it? Snap, crackle, cheese crisp. Woo-hoo. Okay. Well, I thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.